What's going on? Welcome back to Real World Tool Reviews. And today we're going to talk about Milwaukee Hand Tools. So, somebody suggested this video to me, this idea for this video, the other day on in the comments. A guy he has a YouTube channel called SUVRVing, and he's been a good friend of the channel. Left a lot of comments, and I'll try to leave a link in the description for his channel. But he has a really cool channel about uh, like he converted a SUV into an RV, and he camps in his RV in his SUV and stuff. Really cool stuff. I mean, really cool YouTube channel. So you should definitely check that out. But anyway, he was asking about Milwaukee Hand Tools because a lot of people say that they suck, and I've heard a lot of people really talk a lot of trash about Milwaukee's hand tools, and I got to thinking about it, and I started really thinking about my tools and looking around my shop and looking at my tool bags, and I was like, damn, there's actually a lot of Milwaukee hand tools that I use on a daily basis all the time, and I actually only have a couple that I really hate. And I've got some that I really love. So the more I thought about it, I was like, what a great idea for a video. So we've talked about them, a good many of these, but the first thing I'm going to talk about is these right here. Now these adjustable wrenches right here, if you are in the market for some new adjustable wrenches, you guys know that I love, like, here's two of my favorites right here that I keep on my workbench. My 12-inch one is this Bonnie. It's just beautiful. It's definitely one of the best adjustable wrenches I own. And then I keep these Crescents. I like to restore these old Crest alloys. They're great. I mean, they're awesome. But really, if I'm going to use one, I actually prefer the Milwaukees. Now, I have some in my tool bag, like my Armstrong ones that I love the best. But for a new one, it's tough to beat the Milwaukees. These are so heavy duty. It's crazy. And they open up a lot wider than a lot of them. I mean, you can see this 12-inch one, it's beefy, and it opens up super wide. And the other thing is, because this thing, there's an extra couple treads on this tire here, this knurl, or whatever they call it. I think it's called a knurl. And because of these extra pieces, the extra few parts of it, it does not, there's very little play in it, and it does not back off. You don't have to keep readjusting these. They're just an awesome adjustable wrench, and it's a real substantial handle. They're just a really sweet wrench. They're just, I mean, for nowadays, if you can't find any good vintage ones like I always find, and you need some good ones for plumbing and stuff, I would highly recommend these Milwaukee ones. They sell the 12. I got the 12, the 10, and the 6-inch. And this little 6-inch is great because it opens up a lot wider than a lot of 6-inch ones do. It's not nearly, they don't open nearly as wide as like this Baco does, but you know, they're more of a standard design, but they're just a little bit wider. Now they are pretty pricey, actually. I think they're made in Taiwan. I can't remember exactly how much they cost, but they're more than like the Huskies and stuff like that. They're more than that. But I end up with these Milwaukee hand tools in my life because they're always on sale at Home Depot and stuff, and I don't know. So the first thing that I immediately thought of was these wrenches, and then that's just this is just the stuff that I use in my truck all the time, out and about. Then we're going to get into the sockets and wrenches and stuff that I use, pretty much like the main ones I use. But in my truck, in my everyday kind of setup, I use these wrenches. And then I started thinking about it, and I was like, dang, I use these just about every time I do some electrical work. I use these ones right here. And these are great. I have the Klein multipliers, and I've got the Nipex ones, and I really like these Milwaukee ones. They got the screw cutters, the 832 and 632. They got the strippers, they got the needle nose, and they got the spring. And I like the handle on these. The only thing that sucks about these is the cutter. The cutter gets messed up really easy. I've had other people say that too that own these, but other than that, I mean, they're a real good pair of wire strippers slash kind of like needle nose pliers and stuff. And I keep them in here with my, just everyday kind of electrical tools for putting in ceiling fans and light fixtures. And if I'm going to be on a ladder doing some electrical work, I always have this. And I use these Milwaukee wire strippers like, all the freaking time. I've just ended up with a lot of Milwaukee hand tools, and I never would have thought about it if this guy hadn't said anything. So I started looking around, and I was like, okay, well, the drywall saw that I use every time I need to cut some drywall is Milwaukee. And there's nothing special about it. It actually is not the best one. It's kind of flimsy, and it gets kind of, I've actually been kind of annoyed with it, but it gets the job done, and it was super cheap. Like, I bought it on sale around Christmas or something for like nothing. So someday maybe I'll get a nicer one, but it gets the job done. There's nothing wrong with it. But this would be one that I don't love, but shoot, it's been just fine for me for the last few years. And then I started looking around some more, and everybody's got the fastback. This fastback is a real good one. It has been with me for a couple years, ever since these ones with the screwdriver came out. I was like, man, that's sweet. When I was a everyday maintenance tech, I had this in my pocket at all times. It was like the one multi-tool that I did carry, and it's even got a bottle opener right here, But it's really a good utility knife because it's got that button. Some people don't like this. Like older guys will pick this up and they'll be like, what the hell is this thing? I mean, how does it, they get pissed off. Like one of my buddies is older. He always got pissed off when he tried to use my knife. But this one's good. It's like just a really good foldable utility knife. It has a little place here. A lot of people don't know about this place here where you can store one blade. That's it, just one blade. Behind here, you can fold this over. I don't know if it's actually made for this or not, but it works good for it. So, little hidden feature. So this Milwaukee fastback is the best one, I think, because it's got a Phillips and flat, and the 1/4 inch really comes in handy. So, love that Milwaukee tool. The thing about Milwaukee stuff, their hand tools, is like it's not gonna be like the nicest thing in the world, but it is always on sale at Home Depot around the holidays and stuff, and it's just there, and I'm sure it's got a lifetime warranty. I'm sure you could warranty any of this stuff at Home Depot, no problem. Maybe not, I don't know. But here's one that I really, really love. This is the what they call the trim square. And man, I use this all the time. Just marking, it's perfect for marking 2x4s and little pieces of molding, like door casing molding and stuff. Man, is this a great tool? Just a great tool. It's better than your standard speed square sometimes, and it fits in my little trim carpentry bag. This thing, if you don't have one of these, get you one of these. They're always on sale around Christmas time. This is maybe the best Milwaukee tool. I don't know. And it's made in the USA. I mean, I love this thing. It's just a great, great little trim square. It's probably made by Empire. That's probably why it's made in the USA. But man, is this thing a good tool. Just a really good, handy little speed square. I've really loved this tool. I would highly recommend it. And then there's just two things that I really have not liked. And that is this set of screwdrivers. I'm not going to pull them all out and show you. They're in the junk tool bucket, just tools I mean to give away at some point or something. I bought these around the holidays, and I just hate these. It's a tri-lobe screwdriver, which y'all know I actually kind of like, but I don't know if have you ever. I mean, some of you guys that are watching this probably know what I'm talking about. Have you ever just picked up a tool and just instantly known that you hate it? Like, I just hate these. I don't know what it is about them that I hate. Really, they're not terrible, but I hate the way the handles feel. I hate the rubber on them. It's sticky. I hate the handles are too light. So like they're they're not balanced well. They just feel so cheap. And they're like, these are honestly something that you would get. This is something you would get at Harbor Freight. This is like a Harbor Freight screwdriver to me, and I just hate it. I just hate these so much. Um, I don't know what it is about them necessarily that makes me hate them more than other cheap screwdrivers I own, but man, I hate these Milwaukee screwdrivers so much. And then I hate this tape measure too. This is a good idea. I like the idea of this part where you can put your finger to kind of like stop the tape. That's innovative, but this is the Milwaukee Magnetic. Now, Milwaukee has some other tape measures that probably aren't that bad, but this one is too flimsy, and that's what I hate about it. It's got this heavy magnet part, so if you need a magnet, and I like kind of to have a magnet on the end of a screwdriver, I mean, a screwdriver on a tape measure, it's actually kind of useful sometimes, especially if you're measuring for putting in like air conditioners and stuff like that. And many other times, just being able to stick it on. But other times it's also annoying. There's two sides to that coin, but I don't mind the magnet, but the magnet is heavy. And as soon as you like get it out a little farther and turn it this way, it's flimsy. It's the flimsiest tape measure I own, and I just hate it. It's bulky and flimsy when you pull it out, and that's just such a bad combination. I like this thing. I like this design, and I also like that it's got really nice, easy to read numbers and stuff, and it's got numbers on the back and the front. Good idea, but they just really missed it on this tape measure, and I hate it. I'm sure that Milwaukee has some other ones, like the Milwaukee Stud. Seems like it's got a really wide kind of heavy-duty blade on it. Might be better, but this one sucks. So these two suck. I picked them up around Christmas time at Home Depot and hate them both. But these right here are winners. This is kind of but these tools right here are absolute winners. I think anybody would be absolutely thrilled to own these. Especially, my favorite is the trim square and these adjustable wrenches. They're just great tools. They're just great tools. Now, a lot of this stuff is made in China and Taiwan and stuff. This square made in USA. Awesome. So anyway, that's the Milwaukee tools that I use all the time. I mean, I use them very, very frequently. And that's just the beginning. So I got to thinking about Milwaukee Hand Tools. And I started thinking about what I use in my shop. So I'm going to slide you guys over here. And lots of you guys have been asking for a toolbox tour for a long time. I'm going to give you all a little sneak peek of a toolbox tour here. But Milwaukee Hand Tools are a big part of my everyday, in my shop main tool drawers. So my 3/8 drawer is right here, and these sockets, this socket set, I have Milwaukee sockets and wrenches that I've bought when they were on sale, and I've ended up loving them, using them all the time. They're my every time I use a chrome socket in my shop, these are the ones that I use pretty much. And you guys know I've got collections of vintage ones and stuff that I use too, but this is like the full set that I use a lot with the metric and standard, shallow and deep. They're really good sockets. I'm going to pull one out and show you, but they got this square design. But I'll pull these trays out. They have nice trays, and the ratchet, pretty nice. Like it's a 90-tooth ergonomic kind of design. But anyway, I'll show it to you. But yeah, these are my 3/8 ones. I use them all the time. Here are my 1/4-inch ones. This is probably my favorite drawer in my toolbox, by the way. I got my 1/4-inch sockets, little tiny screwdrivers, anything little tiny that I need. I made a little tiny hammer. Look at that. Any little tiny pliers and, you know, little tiny pipe wrench. I just love all these little tiny tools. They actually really come in handy. But yeah, this is my tiny tools drawer, and you know, tiny wrenches, 1/4-inch ratchets, 1/4-inch sockets, and this Milwaukee 1/4-inch set is just really money. I just really love it. And then, like we talked about the other day on my favorite tool handles video, I got all these Milwaukee combination wrenches. And again, the storage is really well thought out, but really sweet wrenches. They're just, I mean, when you look at that design, you can tell they're really comfortable to use, and they've got that flank drive or whatever, that those teeth that bite really well. So great combination wrenches. And I'm going to pull all these, I'm going to pull some examples out and show you, but that's my everyday in the shop kind of toolbox, and it's full of Milwaukee tools. And I never actually really realized it. Like, I never thought about the fact that I had those Milwaukee tools that I used all the time. But like, I'm not like a big Milwaukee fan necessarily. I just got these when they were on sale. So I'll show you out of my drawers. One of the best parts about these socket sets is that you can take the trays out and lay them down in your toolbox. It's just a really good design. So anyway, especially, like, I just really love this 1/4-inch set. It's just so nice. This is a very nice 1/4-inch ratchet. Super fine tooth. They're 90 tooth. Comfortable to use. Comes with a couple extensions. Comes with the universal joint. No skips on the socket set. It's got the 5.5 millimeter, which is important for a 1/4-inch socket set for me. But and the 3/8 is just the same. It goes up to 15/16, or no, it goes up to 1 inch on the standard and 19 on the metric. Doesn't skip any sizes. And what's great is this. I actually, like, I thought it might be kind of gimmicky when I bought these. And I bought all these on sale. Now, these are not the cheapest sets in the world for Taiwanese sockets. I think maybe some of them are made in China and some of them are made in Taiwan. But they're expensive for what they are, actually. But if you find them on sale around the holidays and stuff at Home Depot, they're actually pretty reasonably priced. And that's when I've bought them, is when they were on sale. So not too bad. I probably paid about 50 for the 1/4-inch, maybe 60 for the 1/4-inch set, and probably 100 for the 3/8 set. So that's not bad. I mean, it's really not. But that square design, they advertise it that you can put a wrench. So yeah, you could if you needed to. I never have needed to, but if you needed to get in a really tight spot or whatever, you could put a wrench on the socket. Now, I've never had to do that, but what I really actually like the most about the square is that right there. It doesn't roll like your normal socket. Like, that well. It'll roll right off, and it'll fall off and piss you off. So these square sockets are nice, and they're just really nice sockets. I mean, I've enjoyed them. I really have. And then the best thing in the world about them is, put this back up here. I have these for the 3/8 and the 1/4, but the cases. So I keep these in my toolbox, and then if I want to take them out to my truck, I put them in the case, and it's a nice slim case like this. And it's you know, no big deal. It's not like so many shitty socket set cases where they just fall out all over the place. It is the best storage design for a socket set of all time. I don't care what anybody says. There's nothing better for a portable set than this. And they make them with the pack out too. They have the pack out ones. This is better. This case is better than the pack out case. It's just awesome. So I would highly recommend this just because of the cases. And then you've got the combination wrenches. Now, again here, these storage systems are just amazing. So the way they fit together, look at that. Look how beautiful that is. It fits in that whatever that standard size width of the drawers in that toolbox I have. Fits right in a perfect tool drawer. And I mean, this is so much better than your classic like wrench holders like this. Way, way better. These are. This is just sits down in your toolbox real nice, and the best thing is you just pick one up, drop it back in there. No like weird clicking out or whatever. And I love these wrenches. I mean, I just love these wrenches. They are super, super comfortable to use. They have these teeth, which most of the time I'm happy that the teeth are there. They bite. They hold on to the fastener well. You know, like you can almost hold a fastener in there and get it started or something with these if you have to. And they're really a good design, but sometimes they will mar up a fastener. That's one thing I will say about these. They will kind of mar up a fastener a little bit, which most of the time is fine. I mean, I don't really care that much, but every once in a while, it'll be kind of not what you want. So I do have, you know, regular, just smooth jawed combination wrenches too for that reason. But these ones have been really, really good. I've really enjoyed them. They're really good. So, man, Milwaukee Hand Tools. Now these sets are expensive. I mean, for what they are, like for Taiwanese wrenches, like I think they're about $100 a piece. But again, I got them on sale. I think I probably paid $150 for the metric and standard. I bought them together when they were on sale, like the special buy of the day or whatever at Home Depot. So anyway, they've really been good to me. They've been good tools. Ones that I've used on my vehicles and friends' vehicles and just other random stuff all the time in the shop, you know. You gotta love a good set of wrenches. So anyway, and then just the most beautiful thing is, I'll show you here. Just look in the background when I put these up. Like, they fit so good in this toolbox. It's just the best storage system for wrenches ever. Ever. So anyway, Milwaukee Hand Tools, what I will say about them is They have lots and lots of different tools, and they sell them at Home Depot. They're affordable pretty much for the most part. They're not gonna like blow you away with the quality of them. Very few of them are made in the USA, but they're good. And now what I have heard is that they are coming out with a bunch of USA made tools. Milwaukee is. They're supposed to be coming out with USA made screwdrivers and pliers. They got lineman pliers and needle nose pliers and cutters and screwdrivers that they're going to be making, kind of like, I guess they're going to kind of compete with Klein and stuff. I would love to get my hands on those. Whenever they come out, I'm definitely going to get some, and we're going to talk about them on the channel, because I'm super, super happy to see brands like this bringing manufacturing back to the USA. That needs to be encouraged. So, Milwaukee, if you're listening, hit up your boy Real World Tool Reviews. Send me some USA made tools, and I'll be glad to give them a fair shake on my channel, and we'll see how they hold up to, names like Channel Lock and Klein and Snap-on and other USA made brands. But even some of their stuff like this, even though it's not made in the USA, still very good quality. So anyway, I realized when SUV RVing was asking me about Milwaukee Hand Tools, I said, in my head, I was like, man, I actually use and love a lot of them. So, I'm looking around right now. I've got this little bit set, actually, this is a Milwaukee bit set. I love this. It's a magnetized bit set that stays on my bench here. I love their safety glasses. I love these flexible kind of safety glasses. So because I'm a Home Depot guy, I guess I end up with a lot of Milwaukee stuff. So anyway, I just never really knew how much I used Milwaukee Hand Tools until he said that. So anyway, y'all let me know in the comments which ones of these that you have and like, and some Milwaukee Hand Tools that you have that you think are good or think that are terrible or whatever. Anyway, thanks for watching.